Hey Leo, this is your April reading. This is for Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, or Leo Venus, or if you have Leo North Node, or lots of Leo placements in your birth chart, this could be for you. Remember to take what resonates, don't force it to make it fit. I'm using the Rider-Waite-Smith deck with some oracle cards to get a clear picture for what's in store for you for April, which is in fact the astrological new year. Yeah, choose your battles wisely. Some things you don't need to trouble yourself with, so pick your battles wisely. I'm not doing reversals. So Wheel of Fortune is the ending. I feel there's the ending. Well, it is the new astrological new year. The cycles are ending and new cycles beginning for you, Leo, this April. There's a fear of you. What will happen if you don't work so hard, Leo? What's the worst thing that could possibly happen if you don't keep your nose to the grindstone? You know, you're deciding to choose your battles wisely, deciding to understand you don't have to participate in anything that doesn't serve your highest good. You're going to be very aware of new cycles, new beginnings. In some cases, perhaps for some of you, new cycles in the work field. Or an insistence that you have to continue working the way you're working if you intend to want to keep your options open, if you intend to travel, if you intend to, some of you might be intending to afford a new vehicle, or might have to find that you have to spend money on your car or mode of transport. You are aware of how you're going to be moving forwards. And the transience, your recent past, I believe that there's been an understanding that, happiness and joy and all the beautiful good things in life aren't a permanent fixed state. They're not permanent. Being happy with your work, for example, is not a permanent thing. Sometimes you're going to find in April that you're enjoying what you're doing. Other times you're going to find it to be a bit laborious, a bit sameish, a bit monotonous. But you're going to put up a good fight if somebody wants to try and talk you out of it. Be careful not to be too work focused to the point where you're excluding other options and possibilities. You're still needing to do some healing. In your heart, you may have felt left out of a situation or circumstance. or that there's someone intentionally leaving you out of something, and it's difficult for you not to fight back. You have the inclination sometimes to want to retaliate, but you're also aware that that's not really going to help. It's not going to actually get you anywhere. So you're just going to stay pretty much focused on the things you're doing. Yeah, because you're also aware that if you stay focused, if you choose your battles wisely, if you involve some kind of travel, into the equation, it could mean that you're having to travel for work. It will be lucrative. You've kind of got your eye on the prize, Leo. You know there's going to be money coming in for you. You know how to maintain. For some of you, you've had a little bit of a windfall. You've had some good luck with money, and you're considering how to spend it, but also you don't want to drop the baton. You can allow yourself some reprieve. But I feel as if you don't want to allow yourself to it's not as if you have a fear of being lazy or being perceived as lazy. You literally have a responsibility to keep things moving. And you're aware of that. You're also aware of the work involved. Especially if you want to explore other options. Because it feels to me, Leo, that you want to explore other options. Maybe other work options. You're keeping your cards close to your chest. You don't want everybody to know about this. But you seem to have something on the back burner. It might not be the time or the place right now for you to be starting anything new. You've got ends to tie up. You've got to be keeping your eye on the prize. You need to be really being careful about, walking away from any kind of anyone who might be enticing you into a contretemps or problem, or wanting to have a little bit of a face-off with you. You're being very determined that you're not going to get into this. You're just going to be diligent. You're just going to be doing what you do. You're going to be making necessary journeys that you have to make. You're going to do the work you need to do. But there is a danger in April of you being, working too much, not asking for support, feeling as if you're carrying too much. And a little touch of martyrdom could be going on for you in April. Nevertheless, money's looking good. It could be a slow trickle as well. because you're going off seeking, wanting to go off and explore what, makes you passionate. Now, it could be going to see something like a show, going to see something that makes your heart beat a bit faster. What you're needing, because what you have been lacking is something that, gives you that, it brings some kind of passion back into most likely your working field, where there is a sense of the mundane, I've got to say, and you're looking for something that you can make you feel a little bit more inspired for the month of April. Also something that's going to benefit not just you, but benefit your family members too, the people who are close to you. Yeah, because there is transition. There is change. You're completing some kind of cycle. That cycle could be that you're learning how to let go of the wheel, let go of the burdens, allow other people to help you. And this could be a trust issue that, you've felt let down in the past. People have been on board with you and then they haven't been on board with you, and there's difficulty in you trusting others to assist you. And this could be the end of a cycle in April. You could be saying to yourself that you need to let go of some control issues as well. I feel that there are, or have been, quite a lot of control issues here that you may have to learn. That even though you're motivated, or going to feel possibly a bit more motivated, your endurance is the thing that always carries you through. But you don't want to be in a position where you're over-enduring, with the Ten of Wands here, to the point where it's backbreaking and it's not helping you or anyone else. But because I feel you're going to go exploring other avenues, finding things that, perhaps even picking up an old project or something that gave you that sort of sense of passion that made you feel alive, or finding, some of you are self-employed and you're going to be finding something that, reignites your creative passions again, and you're going to have to give this up in order to feel more rested and obviously more focused. Because if you overstrain yourself, either mentally or physically or both, you're going to find, the enthusiasm is going to be dropping out pretty rapidly. I mean, you're being protected. You have a lot of spiritual protection around you. In some cases, some of you Leos will just need to just be a little bit more daring when it comes to work and family. I feel there's a strong sense of your a kind of treadmill that you've been on, and with this new astrological year, you're going to be unlearning the treadmill, the needing to work, the needing to perform, the needing to almost martyristically show people how hard you work in order to attain the things you want. This is a cycle that's going to be broken, that you're going to want to break, or you'll be forced into breaking it. You need to, this is the thing, you've got the Ace of Wands, and you need to follow the passions, when it comes to your career. Don't just take work or do a job because it needs doing. You need to have, in order for it to be successful, you need to have that passionate drive when it comes to your career. Yes, be the best at what you do, but not to the point of self-harm. You'll probably receive, a fair amount of money when you combine your passion for what you do with maybe a new project or a new work-based thing. Because you are accomplished, you are gifted, you're charismatic, all these things. So, be assertive when it comes to the workplace, especially this month in April. I think many people regard you as a good person to work for if you employ people. They often possibly don't see what the kind of amount of responsibility that you do carry. I kind of feel that you hide that well. You definitely need to reach out to others, though. And any sadness, this is passing. This is going to be healed. It will get healed. It's just a matter of time. They say time heals all wounds, and in many respects it does. And watch, how much you are putting into not just your work, but looking after other people. This could be also something that your cycle that, you're going to have to break or will be broken in April is, not taking care of your needs enough, over-focusing on other people, wanting to, even to the point where you're working for, more for other people's sort of safety and welfare and respect and everything else, when you have to be considering what you're getting out of it. Does it turn you on? Are you passionate about your work? If not, why are you doing it? Is it purely because it's a means to an end? Is it purely for the money? Be careful that you're not just working for money without any kind of personal satisfaction. Don't get too fixated on the pentacle, is what I'm saying. Make sure that there is the passion you've got behind it, which is why you might go exploring other options. Now, for some of you, this is a relationship, and it's not you're not feeling it. It's all work, no play, and you're going to be exploring other options. And some of you, you're in a relationship because of financial gain. And you know that there's better than that out there. And perhaps there was a delusion, you know, the Ten of Cups here, there was some delusion, and you felt it was what you wanted. Now you're thinking perhaps it isn't what you wanted. And you're looking for something that brings you a lot more than, you know, just a kind of financial rewards, you know, within your relationship, for some of you. But for many of you, this is a work-related thing. Yeah. So if you're obsessing, stop obsessing. Okay. That's what I've got for you, Leo. I hope you know, sort it out. Hope April turns out to be fruitful for you. Take care of yourself. Send you lots of love. Like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Take care now. Bye bye.